The air here is different. You can feel it the moment you step out of the vehicle and into the wild. It's crisp, clean, and filled with the scent of pine and damp earth. I've driven for hours, leaving the city far behind, chasing the call of the mountains. Today my destination is a secluded spot beside a chattering mountain stream. The plan is simple but brilliant. I'm going to set up a basic camp, try my hand at catching some dinner straight from the crystal clear water, cook it over a fire, and just soak in the profound peace of this incredible place. The sun is already casting long shadows through the towering trees, so there's no time to waste. Let's get started. Finding the perfect place to call home for the night is the first and most important mission. You can't just throw your gear down anywhere. I'm looking for a spot that's flat, but not in a dip where rainwater might collect if the weather turns. It needs to be close enough to the stream for water, but not so close that I'm in danger if the water level rises overnight. I'm also scanning the trees above. You must always look for widowmakers, dead branches that could be shaken loose by the wind and come crashing down. Safety is always your #1 priority when you're out here on your own. After a bit of a scout around, I found it, the perfect location. It's a small, level patch of ground, sheltered by a thicket of young birch trees on one side and a large, moss-covered boulder on the other. This natural alcove will provide some protection from the wind. The ground is firm, covered in a soft layer of pine needles, which will add a bit of comfort under my sleeping bag. The stream is just a short, safe walk away, its gentle burbling sound providing a constant, soothing soundtrack. This is more than just a place to sleep, it's a temporary home, a base of operations for my wilderness adventure. With the spot chosen, I drop my pack with a satisfying thud. This is the moment when the adventure truly begins. The journey is over, and now it's about living in the moment, connecting with the environment around me. The air is still, the light is golden, and the only sounds are the stream and the rustle of leaves in the gentle breeze. It's time to unpack the essentials and transform this beautiful wild space into a functional and comfortable camp. The first task is to set up a simple shelter before the daylight fades completely. Onward. You don't need a massive, complicated tent to be comfortable in the wild, especially on a clear night like this. My shelter for tonight will be wonderfully simple, a basic tarpaulin. A tarp is one of the most versatile bits of kit you can carry. It's lightweight, and you can configure it in dozens of ways depending on the conditions. Tonight I'm going for a classic lean-to design. It's quick to set up and will provide excellent protection from any dew or a light breeze, while still leaving one side open so I can look out at the fire and the stars. It's all about feeling part of the landscape, not shutting it out. To build my lean-to, I'm using the natural features around me. I've found a long, sturdy fallen branch that will serve as my ridgeline. I'll wedge one end securely into a crevice in that large boulder and prop the other end up with a forked branch I found nearby. This is a key skill, using what nature provides. It means you have to carry less gear and you learn to see the potential in everything around you. Once the ridgeline is stable, I'll drape my tarp over it, creating a sloping roof that will direct any moisture away from my sleeping area. Next, I need to secure the tarp to the ground. I've brought a few tent pegs with me, but I also like to practice using natural anchors. I'll use some good-sized rocks to weigh down the back edge of the tarp, pulling it taut. For the front corners, I'll use my pegs, driving them firmly into the soft earth. I'll attach some guy lines to the grommets on the tarp and tie them to a couple of sturdy, low-hanging tree branches. This keeps the whole structure tight and secure so it won't flap around if the wind picks up during the night. The shelter is now ready. There it is. A simple, effective shelter built in just a few minutes using a combination of basic gear and natural materials. It's not a fortress, but it doesn't need to be. It's a cozy nook that connects me directly to my environment. I can lie here and feel the cool night air, listen to the sounds of the forest, and watch the world go by. This is what minimalist camping is all about, having just enough to be safe and comfortable, allowing you to fully immerse yourself in the incredible experience of being outdoors. With my shelter sorted, the next vital task is to build a fire. A fire out here is so much more than just a source of heat, it's a companion. It provides light, a way to cook, a focal point for the camp, and a huge psychological boost as darkness falls. But building a fire comes with a massive responsibility. You must do it safely and with respect for the environment. The first rule is to use an existing fire pit if you can find one. I found a small ring of stones left by a previous camper, which is perfect. It shows good practice and minimizes our impact on this pristine place. Now for the fuel. A good fire is built in stages using different types of wood. I need tinder, kindling, and larger fuel wood. For tinder, I'm collecting the driest, fluffiest material I can find. the papery bark from a silver birch tree. It's incredible stuff, full of natural oils that make it catch a spark instantly. Next is kindling small, dead twigs about the thickness of a pencil. I'm looking for twigs that are already dead and dry, snapping them off lower branches of trees. You never break live branches, that harms the tree, and green wood doesn't burn well anyway. Once I have a good pile of tinder and kindling, I gather the larger fuel wood. I'm looking for fallen branches that are completely dry. A good test is to try and snap a piece. If it breaks with a clean, sharp crack, it's dry enough to burn well. If it bends or feels damp, leave it. I collect a range of sizes, from wrist-thick pieces to slightly larger logs that will burn slowly and provide long-lasting coals for cooking and warmth throughout the evening. I stack everything neatly near my fire pit, keeping it organized and ready to go. Good preparation is the key to success. With everything prepared, it's time to bring the fire to life. I create a small nest of my birch bark tinder and place a loose teepee of kindling over it. Using a ferrocerium rod, I shower sparks onto the tinder. It catches immediately, erupting into a tiny bright flame. I gently blow on the base of the flame, feeding it oxygen and encouraging it to grow and ignite the kindling. Soon the small twigs are crackling away and I can start adding the larger pieces of wood. A beautiful, controlled fire is now burning in the heart of my camp. It's a primal, satisfying feeling. The camp is set, the fire is glowing warmly, and now my stomach is telling me it's time for the next part of the adventure, catching dinner. The stream beside my camp is teeming with life. I've been watching the water, and I can see the telltale flashes of small brown trout darting between the rocks in the clear cold water. I've brought a small, collapsible fishing rod and a few simple lures. Fishing this way feels honest. It's not about hauling in a massive catch, it's about connecting with the ecosystem and providing a meal for myself in the most direct way possible. I make my way down to a promising spot, a deeper pool just downstream from a small set of rapids. The moving water will carry my lure naturally into the pool where the fish are likely resting and waiting for food to drift by. I cast the small spinner upstream and let the current carry it down, reeling it in slowly to mimic a small, struggling insect or minnow. It takes patience. For several minutes nothing happens, but I'm not discouraged. This is all part of the process, reading the water, being quiet and becoming part of the river's rhythm. Then a sudden tug on the line. The rod tip bends and I feel the frantic energy of a fish. It's not a huge one, but it's a fighter. I play it carefully, letting it run a little before gently reeling it in. Soon I can see it in the shallow water, a beautiful brown trout, its skin shimmering with spots of red and black. I carefully bring it to the bank, a perfect pan-sized fish. It's a moment of gratitude. This animal will provide my sustenance tonight, and I feel a deep respect for it and the wild place it came from. Back at the fire, which has now burned down to a perfect bed of glowing red coals, I prepare the fish. The preparation is simple, as it should be. I clean the trout by the water's edge, then season it inside and out with a little salt and pepper I brought from home. I wrap it loosely in a piece of foil with a sprig of wild thyme I found growing nearby. I place the foil parcel directly onto the hot coals. The sound of it sizzling is magnificent. There's no better way to cook than this. Fresh food, a simple recipe, and the heat of a wood fire. The smell is unbelievable. The aroma of fresh fish, wild herbs, and wood smoke fills the cool evening air. After about 10 minutes on the coals, turning it once, dinner is ready. I carefully pull the foil parcel from the fire with a stick and open it up. The steam that billows out is just incredible. The fish is cooked to perfection. The meat is flaky, white, and tender. I eat it straight from the foil using a simple wooden fork. Each bite is a taste of the wild. It's simple, honest food, and it's possibly one of the most delicious meals I've ever had. It's amazing how much better food tastes when you've worked for it yourself. As I finish my meal, the last light of the day fades from the sky, and the mountains are plunged into a deep, velvety darkness. The stars begin to appear. First one or two, then dozens, then thousands, until the entire sky is a glittering canopy of distant suns, brighter than you could ever see from the city. I add a couple of larger logs to the fire which crackles and spits, sending sparks dancing up into the night. Sitting here, warm by the fire, full from a fresh meal and surrounded by this immense silence, is a feeling of pure contentment. There are no screens, no notifications, no distractions. This is why we come to these places. It's not just about the challenge or the skills, it's about stripping away the unnecessary noise of modern life and finding a sense of peace that is increasingly hard to come by. It's about remembering our place in the natural world. We are not separate from it, we are a part of it. Taking the time to build a shelter, make a fire, and catch your own food reminds you of that fundamental connection. It's a powerful and humbling experience that recharges the soul in a way nothing else can. The fire slowly burns down to embers again, and the night grows colder. The sound of the stream seems to get louder in the profound quiet. It's time to retreat to my shelter and sleep. Tucked into my sleeping bag, I look out from under the tarp at the dying glow of the fire and the brilliant tapestry of stars above. The mountain has provided everything I needed, a place to rest, warmth, and food. As I drift off to sleep, I'm filled with a deep sense of gratitude for this wild, beautiful, and life-giving place. Good night.